violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, so I found this on TikTok and it resonated with me. As you guys know, Jinquavius was definitely attacked. They tried to hit a lick on me. They didn't get anything because I left it. I don't leave anything in my car. But the Super Gremlins tried to run up in my whip. They bust the window out. Unfortunately, my deductible is, you know, more than the cost that it will take to fix this thing. So I'm gonna have to come out of pocket, y'all. So it just sucks. But you know, other guys, other women are being affected by this as well. It's crazy, man. These Super Gremlins are on demon
If y'all ever move to Atlanta, just know it's gonna happen to you at least once, dog. Y'all go get a job, bro. Just go get a job, y'all. It's not hard.
So you heard what he said. If you move to Atlanta, this is gonna happen to you at least once. And this shouldn't be the standard for Atlanta. Okay, this should not be the standard. This is a disgrace, man. It's sad, and it's almost like you can't even stop it from happening unless you got police in every parking deck, which is impossible because the APD is understaffed. So it is looking tough out there, and these situations are only going to become more violent. I'm glad the brother is safe, as am I. But we tired, okay? We tired. Stop letting the clowns run the circus.
You good, man? You good? Relax.
So I wanted to show you guys this video because this is a video of a reckless Super Gremlin driver who pretty much he bailed on the scene of the crime. Okay, it's a hit and run. This is what a lot of these hit and runs look like. He abandoned the car. It looks like he hit somebody. I don't know who he hit, because it doesn't look like the Camaro is particularly damaged unless he hit the side. But it looks like a glider man got out of the car and approached him. As you can see, I'm looking at the shadow. You can't really tell, but... And he walks up to the guy, and he's in this Pontiac. Is it a Pontiac? And boom, gets slapped. He ended up slapping him. But take a good look at him. These dudes are crashing out, yo. Crashing out. This is what it looks like. Now watch what he has in his car. Oh, it's a Mitsubishi. All right. Yeah. I think, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't recognize that symbol. I mean, I've seen it, but I ain't gonna lie. Why do the drivers always end up making it? Like, this is just crazy. Like, he could have killed somebody, and he doing all this reckless stuff. It's wild, man. So you hear the music. You've seen the lighter. This dude was all whacked out. He was probably cross-faded as a mug.
Right now at 7, a woman is in custody after a deadly triple shooting in the heart of Midtown. We actually just got some brand new information at this hour. We just got the mug shot of the accused shooter, Raissa Kengne. She has her first appearance this morning at 11. We've also learned she's facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of murder, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and 2 counts of false imprisonment.
Okay, so I know we had our chance and had our fun talking about the brothers, but the sisters, they take the cake today from what I've seen in Atlanta. We got sisters out here deleting people, dog. It's different. It's different. Bald head. Looking a mess. Caught 2 bodies and tried to flee at the airport. They caught up to her at the airport. These super sister gremlins are on demon time.
Now we have team coverage this morning of this truly shocking incident. CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm has details on the suspect's background and the victims. So we're going to begin with Madeline Montgomery. She is live at Colony Square with more on the hours-long manhunt and eventual arrest. Madeline?
Lana Brooks, it's pretty quiet out here on Colony Square right now, but yesterday it was nothing but chaos, and what caused...
Why you had to flick off the camera, though? Why he had to flick off the camera? See, this is what I'm talking about. He sees the news. Instead of representing his family. Come on.
And what caused all of that was police getting the call that 2 people had been shot just down the street at 1280 West, a high-rise condo building. And then they got another call that another person had been shot over here near Colony Square. And Atlanta police, SWAT teams, and canines were swarming Peachtree. They had the roads shut down and were asking people to stay inside in this area. Witnesses and integrated city camera system helped ID the suspect as Raissa Kengne, and a surveillance shot from Marta.
I swear these cameras only be working when they want them to, like, for real, because they caught up to her quick. I mean, I guess since she went straight to the airport, but look at that ponytail, dog. That ponytail is struggling. Wow. Maybe that's why she was so mad. They said something about that ponytail and it was OV. These super bald-headed sister gremlins are on demon time.
Circulated, eventually leading to Kengne being found and arrested at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Police arrested Kengne near the South baggage claim and recovered the firearm likely used in the shooting. She was carrying it with her still at the airport.
What is wrong, bruh? She brought the gun with her to the airport. What? Yo, I mean, I hate to say, but it's, I mean, the IQ, what's going on with what's going on with her thought process? Where you're carrying the evidence with you. Hey, man.
Airline passengers and employees watched as she was handcuffed and put into the back of a cruiser.
Telling my people stay safe outside, and it's happening in front of my store. That was it, though.
Again, Kengne will go before a judge for the first time today at 11, and of course, we're going to be covering it and let you know what happens in our newscast and on CBS 46's app. For now, reporting live in Midtown, I'm Madeline Montgomery, CBS 46 News.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Now, this morning, we're also learning more about the woman accused of causing all of this chaos and more about the victims.
Our team coverage continues this morning with Rebecca Schramm. She's live at the Midtown condo complex, 1280 West. Rebecca, the suspect lived in the condo building where the first 2 people were shot, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been able to gather, Brooks and Lana. Good morning to you. Just to give you an idea of where this is, the building is kind of sandwiched between West Peachtree and Spring Street. Condo owners here in this building tell us they believe the woman had lived here for a few years.
This is a nice building. This is a nice building. $2,000 a month, easy.
And from what we've been able to gather, the suspect had a beef with management. According to her public LinkedIn page, Raissa Kengne posted this, a fiery message condemning, quote, Beacon Management Services and the 1280 West board members.
Wow. So she is straight beefing with management, and then she just crashed out. Look in her bio, it got CEO and president of something. CEO and president of what? Crashing out? And then all the hair that she got in her profile picture. Where was that when you got arrested? Maybe if you would have put on that wig, you would have got away with it. No cap. But they was, I mean, and I can understand that, beefing with management. In Atlanta, it's just unsafe to live in these, it's unsafe, period, especially to live downtown. You're gonna get a lick hit on you, and that's what I had to realize. You know, they hit me, they hit the brother earlier in the video. They're gonna get you. These super gremlins are stalking, preying. If they see something they like, they gonna go in there and go take that. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is until they do something about it, as far as giving the police more resources, hiring more officers, and making the city safe again. Hopefully we can get some type of secession from the city of Atlanta, because it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. You know, I hope that dude who looked like Donald Trump, I forgot his name, but the white dude trying to take over the city of Buckhead, please do. Just you know, give it up, bruh. Because we ain't... I don't know what they doing with Buckhead, but Mayor Andre Dickens ain't solved nothing. All he doing is pulling up to the midnight basketball, pulling up to the ATF. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, do something, please.
In the condominium I live in, Kengne wrote her complaints stemmed from a case of alleged fraud involving a former employer. Her frustration against management staff, though, went beyond social media. In a lawsuit we uncovered, plaintiff Raissa Kengne versus Georgia Power, filed in June, we learned, quote, plaintiff is also suing several 1280 West management team members and the 1280 West board members in the Fulton County Superior Court. It goes on to say, for withholding plaintiff's mail, including mail from Georgia Power. Killed in the shooting spree were 60-year-old Michael Shinners, the property manager of the building, and 41-year-old Wesley Freeman.
Wow. That, I mean, shorty, she crashed all the way out. She crashed all the way out, and I don't know what was going on. She obviously filed a lawsuit. She probably just was going through the motions just to try and scare him. You know, I would have to look through the paperwork, but the fact that she went to this level, she probably started losing, and losing bad, losing money, losing energy. And that's where she took it. Oh, they ain't finna play with me. And it looked like she ain't have no man to, you know, put the battery in his back. So she had to put in the work herself. These super sister gremlins are on demon time.
Critically wounded was Mike Horn. We have learned he was the chief engineer for Beacon Management Services. Back here live, we're told he was in ICU and will require additional surgeries. That's according to Beacon Management Services. Coming up in our next half hour, you're going to hear from a resident of this condo building what he is saying about the shock of all of this happening here. Live in Midtown, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Police credit public tips and surveillance cameras with helping capture a shooter who caused panic in Midtown. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Christine Spiro. We have live team coverage tonight. Christopher King will tell us about the suspect now in custody for the shooting deaths of 2 people.
But first, News Ed reporter Brittany Edney joins us live from Midtown to tell us about the terror for Midtown residents earlier this afternoon. Brittany?
Tom and Christine, 9 hours later, the flashing blue lights and loud sirens which took over Midtown have now been replaced by dim street lights and quiet sidewalks as we learn more about the 2 victims killed in the afternoon shootings.
Yeah, it sounds like just 3 loud bangs.
Christian Bell describes the moment he realized a shooting was unfolding in his building at 1280 West Peachtree shortly before 2 o'clock Monday afternoon.
It just sounded like somebody said very large books and they were throwing them on the ground, like just very large noises. I looked across the way at the girl who just got the elevator as well, and she just said, "They're shooting." And I looked at her, I just said, "Let's go," and we just ran about it as fast as we could.
Wow. Imagine that. I mean, it's not, off to hear gunshots in Atlanta, but when it's right next to you in Midtown, that's different.
Police say this woman in the striped long-sleeve shirt pulled the trigger in the triple shooting which killed 41-year-old Wesley Freeman of Atlanta.
Wow, so she has a ponytail here. I'm trying to figure out what happened to that ponytail, because that joint went from, poofy black girl magic to, the eraser, the pencil after you done used the whole pencil. It just filed all the way down.
And 60-year-old Michael Shinners of Alpharetta, and also injured a 3rd person. The violence spread across 2 locations in Midtown as police found the 3rd victim at 1100 Peachtree, making a busy city center a temporary command center for multiple agencies searching for a shooter.
Tactical police with, these aren't pistols. They got the big stuff, and they were here just like that.
Within several hours, police tracked down the suspected shooter at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. As for Bell, he says he's still trying to come to terms with the violence that happened in his building.
You live every day, just the same old same. This is like a drastic difference in my day. I'm just trying to, I guess, soak it all in, take it in.
And I wonder if we asked that brother if he had ever experienced like a attempted car theft, his window being shot out, stripped out, whatever. I wonder if he's experienced something like that, because I know we need people to speak on that more, like everything, honestly, but especially things like this. I mean, you couldn't stop something like this, though. I will say, you think she's going through everything the legal way. Maybe she made threats. I don't know, but whew.
We're still waiting for investigators to reveal the identity of the suspect, but they did add that the 2 victims, or rather 3, were targeted. And also they did locate the weapon they believed was used in the triple shooting. Reporting live in Midtown, I'm Brittany Edney, Fox 5 News.
Brittany, thanks so much. Authorities tracked that suspect down to Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport 2 hours after the shooting.
News Edge reporter Christopher King continues our live team coverage tonight. Christopher tells us about a man who saw police take that suspect into custody and even snapped a picture of it. Christopher?
That's right, Tom and Christine. Brian Moot says he just walked out of arrivals here at Hartsfield-Jackson. He says he saw police arresting that woman wanted in that deadly shooting right here at this ATM. He says it was all very calm. No one else even seemed to notice.
A lot of passengers had no idea what was going on.
Brian Moot had just flown in from visiting family on the West Coast. He didn't expect to see this.
And by the time I had come up the escalators, 4 of them had her being placed into cuffs.
Police slap handcuffs on this woman here at Hartsfield-Jackson.
I thought it might just be a passenger who was acting unruly, like a lot of passengers can at times.
Moot, who hosts the morning show at 94.9 The Bull, wasn't sure what he was seeing at first.
You don't anticipate on someone, a shooting suspect being taken into custody.
Right, look at the ponytail. Where is it? Hold on. I'm not tripping, right? She went from poofy hair to... Did they take it off of her?
What he was seeing at first.
You don't anticipate on someone, a shooting suspect being taken into custody.
The joint is so small now. Did she tuck it? I don't know.
At an airport.
Then it dawned on him.
And then I realized the striped shirt And I remembered I'd just seen that picture before on my way up the escalators at the airport. And I thought, wow, that's her.
This woman matched the description of a woman.
See, look at the poof.
Accused of shooting and killing 2 people and wounding a 3rd.
And her dumb behind didn't even change her gear. She did not think about this at all.
I just quickly took a picture and went about my way.
Police arrest the woman at a Truist ATM right inside the domestic terminal near baggage claim on the Delta side. APD relying on their own cameras.
The security of the airport was never compromised at this time.
How? She brought a gun into the airport. These folks just be saying stuff.
The suspect was apprehended prior to...
I ain't gonna lie though, the suit is crispy. The suit's crispy, but being mayor isn't all about just looking good in a suit.
Being in any controlled areas of the airport.
People were just kind of walking by with no clue of who she was and what had just happened.
Moot says all this happened with so little commotion, it seemed like he was the only one who had a clue of what was going on.
The amount of smooth calm that they executed that situation with was incredible.
And here is another live look at the ATM where police arrested that woman. Moot is amazed at how quiet the scene was, especially when you consider this was a deadly shooting suspect arrested at the airport. We're live at Hartsfield-Jackson. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
Such a seemingly ordinary moment for such a significant arrest out there. Christopher, thanks so much.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Breaking news at noon, brand new developments in the deadly triple shooting in the heart of Midtown. Right now, the woman Atlanta police say pulled the trigger.
There we go. Okay, so she doesn't have a ponytail. Just making sure her hair is not long enough to have any type of ponytail, because sometimes they be in my comments like, why you saying she ain't got no hair? She could have tucked the ponytail. That's a tuck. No. That's not a tuck.
Is going before a judge for the first time since she was arrested at the airport less than 24 hours ago. Good afternoon. I'm Lana Harris. Now, we are now getting a first look at that first appearance in a Fulton County courtroom. Take a look. This is brand new video showing Raissa Kengne in court handcuffed. We've learned she is facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of murder, 3 counts of aggravated assault, and 2 counts of false imprisonment. Police are also telling CBS 46 that Midtown shootings were targeted attacks. We have live team coverage this afternoon. CBS 46's Madeline Montgomery is standing by with a brand new witness account to the accused shooter's arrest. We begin, though, with Rebecca Schramm, who is live at the condo building that was the scene of the first shooting. Now, Rebecca, you have learned more about how the victims and the alleged shooter are connected.
Yeah, that's right, Lana. I've been searching through case files and lawsuits, and I've learned the accused shooter lived here at this high-rise condo building called 1280 West. 2 of the shooting victims worked here. A third apparently was at one point a colleague of the woman who's now in custody. Residents of
She murked her colleague, y'all. That's different.
1280 West condominiums described 60-year-old building manager Michael Shinners as a man who was loved by the community, who can never be replaced. The widow of 41-year-old Wesley Freeman told CBS 46 via text that her husband was kind and gentle, incredibly funny, and that he never spoke an ill word of anyone.
Wow, and she took out innocent people. It wasn't like they did anything to her. They wronged her. She felt some type of way. Disgusting.
According to authorities and the building's management company, this woman, identified as 34-year-old Raissa Kengne, entered the management office at about 1:45 Monday afternoon, shooting and killing Shinners and critically wounding Mike Horn, the management company's chief engineer.
I've been in this building for 18 years. To hear something like that, this is definitely the worst day ever for this building.
While authorities were investigating that shooting, they got a call of another shooting a few blocks away on Peachtree Street. Police say that's where Kengne shot and killed Freeman. Freeman worked for the accounting firm BDO, the same firm the accused shooter lists on her LinkedIn page as a former employer. We've learned Kengne was a plaintiff in several lawsuits. In May of 2020, she was one of several residents who sued the condo association at 1280 West over balcony repairs. In May of this year, she filed a lawsuit against several people and entities, including the two murder victims, Wesley Freeman and Michael Shinners. And we are working to get a copy of that specific lawsuit so that we can confirm some of the details of her complaint. Live in Midtown, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
All right, but Rebecca, thank you for those updates. Now our team coverage continues with Madeline Montgomery. She is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse. Madeline, you actually tracked down a local witness to the arrest at the Hartsfield-Jackson yesterday. What can you tell us?
Lana, it was just a crazy situation. It's a voice that a lot of you probably have heard before, Brian Moot. He's on 94.9 The Bull. He's usually cutting up, having a good time. And then yesterday he says he somehow became a part of the news cycle when usually he's the one who's just reading it on air on the radio. He tells me that he was flying back in from a trip out west when he heard about this situation unfolding in Midtown. He was, of course, worried because he knows a lot of people who live in Midtown. He has his radio station in Midtown, and so he was paying attention, thinking that he'd probably be reporting on the situation in the morning. And little did he know that he would become a part of the story. He says he made a mental note when police described the suspect as wearing a black and white striped shirt and jeans. And so when he got off his plane, he's walking and trying to get his bags at the airport, and all of a sudden he sees a woman getting arrested. He at first thinks maybe it's just a disorderly passenger, and then he finds out that it is in fact the woman that everybody has been looking for and talking about, who police are saying is the suspect in this shooting of 3 people. So he says it was just a truly shocking situation, shocking to become a part of the story instead of be the one who was just telling it. And one thing he really wanted to make sure folks knew is just how amazed he was at the situation, the fact that nothing bad happened. There was no violence during the arrest. He was just...
I mean, what was she gonna do? She was gonna go and try and fight those dudes in all that gear and crash out all the way? Nah. Them sisters ain't that. I mean, they might murk you, but they not that suicidal. Okay? They're not finna just delete themselves over. You know, she got her get back at who she wanted, apparently. And just going through the paperwork of the lawsuit and all that stuff just to murk the plaintiffs is crazy.
Impressed, especially since it was told that Kengne did have a gun on her at the time of the arrest. She had the gun that police believe she used in the triple shooting in her purse, but she did not have any issues when police came and arrested her. And so he just wanted to make sure we all gave credit to all of the different police agencies involved in this. Of course, it was Atlanta Police, as well as Fulton County Sheriff's Office, the MARTA Police. Most of the college's downtown's police forces were involved. Just a group effort to make sure that this suspected shooter was removed from the streets, to make sure that there were no more casualties in this situation. And we're going to have a report, including the interview with Brian Moot. That's going to be on later today on CBS 46. But for now, reporting live in Fulton County, I'm Madeline Montgomery, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, Madeline, this is such a heartbreaking situation for the victims, but it could have been a lot worse. You're right. Thank you for those updates.
Which matches the calendar. I don't have any legal arguments at this time.
No objection to the statutory form. If I may intervene.
Oh, wow. So she sounds like she's an immigrant or something. And she's trying to speak up to the judge via Zoom. She still got an attitude after she done murked 2 people, 1 in critical.
Miss Kengne, please remain silent, ma'am. All right.
Mr.
Judge,
Cho,
I don't
no
have any
objection to the statutory form?
No objection to the statutory form. Yes, sir.
All right, fair enough.
Your Honor, he's not my attorney.
King,
What? Shut up.
Miss Kengne, you need to remain silent, ma'am.
All right, but he's not my attorney.
Oh my gosh. She's got, see, this is what I gotta call back. They want us to cuff this. She's arguing with the judge like this is her man or something. They don't respect men. They don't respect nobody's authority. This is an esteemed judge. No matter how many super gremlins he done let out on supervised release. He earned his position fair and square. Some may say it's an affirmative action hire, which I have the affirmative action hire hoodies now on the merch store. So make sure you guys go and cop those. But, you know, the judge worked for his position. He deserves some respect. And this woman right here is talking back.
Okay. I think he's going to indicate that to you shortly. Ms. Kengne, it appears that you do not qualify for the public defender. You have assets or income that would preclude them from finding you qualified to be represented by the public defender.
And I thought they was supposed to be strong, independent. She don't even qualify for the public offender.
It is up to you, Ms. King.
Defender, my bad.
To hire your own attorney, and I would encourage you to do that as soon as you possibly can. If you delay or stall hiring your own attorney, under Georgia law, it is possible that you could be deemed to have waived your right to an attorney under the case of Longo versus City of Dunwoody.
Wow.
I'll spare you the details on the case, but suffice it to say, Ms. Kengne, if you do not want Mr. Cho or Ms. Markowitz to represent you, then it is up to you to hire your own attorney sooner rather than later. Okay, ma'am?
Judge, may I talk?
No, ma'am. You have the right to remain silent. I would encourage you to use it. We are.
Wow, Shorty, non-remorseful. She doesn't. She's so selfish. And they be calling us narcissists. Like, you're sitting here arguing with the judge after you just killed 2 people. I mean, y'all got it. I mean, am I tripping? Or are these super sister gremlins on demon time?
We're recording these proceedings.
Yes.
And anything you say can be used against you, and the DA is right here paying attention with us, okay?
Yes, and I would still like to talk and clarify the information provided by Mr. Chill.
Is this what the passport bros coming up with? They bringing these chicks back here? Hey, shout out to the passport bros. I had to make the joke, but yo, Shorty is whacked out. She's insane.
I have not had a chance to talk to Mr. Chill this morning about the very case and about the facts of the case. Now, Mr. Chill informed me that I did not qualify. I am not sure what he based his assertion on, right? Now, I do not have...
Ms. Kengne?
Yes.
I appreciate your position, ma'am, and I'm glad you're thinking about these issues.
Dog, these judges are way too nice. I mean, I think the Zoom call makes it impersonal. I think you got to be in person to judge somebody, man. They need to look you in the eyes. I don't like all this Zoom stuff. Oh, man. Because you're looking at, she's not crying. She is trying to argue the point as if she's a lawyer herself. This is absolutely ridiculous.
But as far as their impact on today's proceedings, they're not going to have an I am precluded from setting bond for you per court's delegation order. And so I'm going to deny bond.
Thank God.
Your case will be heard at a later date before a different judge, either with Mr. Cho or a different attorney. You will have a great deal to say about whether or not it's Mr. Cho or a different attorney. But as far as my jurisdiction and authority to consider bond today, in light of the top count of murder, I am precluded by our delegation order from setting bond for you. So you are going to be...
Wow, she tried to interrupt that. I mean, this is crazy.
No bonded for today. I encourage you to hire another attorney or get Mr. Cho and Ms. Markowitz will be following back up with you. And that will be the order today. Ms. Kengne, you are free to go.
May I ask,
Ms. Kengne, you are free to go, ma'am.
Come on, Ms. Kengne. Come on.
Good luck, Mr. Cho.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.